Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats back in conference action as they take on the Harrison Warriors. The Wildcats, after their loss last night, stand at 3-8, and the Harrison Warriors are 6-6. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And yeah, Jason, as I mentioned, back into conference action, taking on Evansville Harrison tonight. And Harrison right now is 1-2 in the conference. They did win over Evansville Memorial last night, 67-48. So it's a team that stands at 6-6 right now. And a couple familiar names that we've seen over the last couple of years. Their leading scorer, that is Johnny Summers. He averages 15.7 points a game. And Terrence Ringo, he had a big game against the Wildcats in the sectional last year. He's averaging 13.8. So both of those guys are going to be guys that we're going to have to be able to shut down if we're going to compete tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Craig. We just need to come out and execute and play well tonight. Don't necessarily worry about our opponent, but just do what we need to do to make ourselves a better team. This is a good opponent. Another sectional opponent as well as a conference opponent. I was looking as they were reading off their starting lineup. They start 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and a senior.
Right.
So they're going to be, fairly good for some upcoming time. And I know their freshman team, I think, was undefeated till today, and our freshman team beat them. That their future looks pretty bright the way it looks. But back to what we need to do. We just need to get after it tonight and play like our tail's on fire. Play us like it's a sectional game where, if you don't win, you go home.
Right.
We need that intensity the whole game.
Well, the game got intense last night in a double overtime game, but the Wildcats came up short there. Again, just the situation with turnovers. They had 20 turnovers as the Cats open up in a 2-3 zone, but Summers, just like that, makes them pay early on.
That's what, you got to be careful when you play a zone because, you're almost daring them to shoot from outside. So, if guys get hot.
There's a 10-second situation. You have Goodhue inbounding, so he's kind of stuck in that middle spot, and he just looked completely confused against that press.
Well, it's not necessarily the back guy's fault. It's the other guys that they kind of all run off and left him.
Right.
So he was kind of hung out to dry. Normally on a press breaker, that's the guy that takes the ball out of bounds is the trailer that brings up the rear. But
well, just like that, Hooks hits a shot.
See, we're not moving.
And Hooks comes up with a steal. Up and under shot does not go, but then he gives right over to Summers. And just like that, before you blink an eye, Harrison has jumped out on the Wildcats 7-0. So
I was going to say it's got 5-2 up there, and I didn't remember us scoring a basket.
No, I think they accidentally put one on the Jasper, but no, absolutely. We haven't even been across the 10-second line yet.
That's what I thought.
So John Gable, again, straighten his team out. We'll take a quick break here. It's 7-0 Jasper trailing here on 18 WJTS. And we're back once again. The Wildcats have to call a quick timeout as we fall behind 7-0, having a tough time against the press. Now Harrison backs off. Harrison starts Asher Horn, number 14. Terriante Hooks is number 20. Johnny Summers is 24. Deshaun Willits, 30. And Terrence Ringo is number 44. Now they're out there in a man-to-man defense against the Wildcats. One change in the starting lineup for the Cats tonight is Gus Heichelbeck gets the start. So, but other than that, we've got Day, Ernie, Berger, and Goodhue out in the court with them.
So Heichelbeck basically took Foley's spot.
Right.
We just have to be patient on offense, move the basketball, not just the basketball, but I felt like last night I kept saying it looked like we were stagnant on offense where we were standing around too much.
Yeah.
You had the guy with the ball moving and basically a post player, and that was pretty well all there was, all the movement that there was. Tonight we got to do a better job of all 5 guys moving. Oh, that's an ugly shot.
Did not go in either. So the Cats trying to push it up here. Berger's got it. 7-0. Jasper looking for their first score.
Travel.
Yeah, and again, this is the same officiating crew from last night, and they call a lot of travel, so you got to really watch your footwork.
Yeah,
ball game like this.
These officials, I think, are from Indianapolis, and they come down once a year, and they do like a Friday night game, and then they do a girls game on Saturday, I think, and then the Saturday night game.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so another three-point launch there, and it goes in and out for Willett. So here comes Berger on the left side. 7-0. Harrison still leads. Drops a pass into Ernie. Now he's going to bring it back out. Day's going to shoot the three, and he pops it. Jasper was 6 of 16 from 3 last night. Day gets his first.
He had his feet set. It was, you know, he caught the ball right in the rhythm, and nice-looking shot.
So we played 3 minutes of the quarter, 7-3.
We're in a little 2-1-2, 2-3 zone. And that just, you like to see that on our part, where they try to force it inside like that. But Gus didn't have his feet set on that one. That was the difference between that one and the ones he's hit previous.
Right. Yeah, he was 3 of 4 last night and led the Wildcats in scoring with 19 points in that ball game. Hit a big three-pointer again, just like he did against Southridge.
I don't know what they call there, a jump ball.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So Cats will hang on to it. Berger drives to the lane.
He got by with a travel.
They can't hit the shot. Ringo comes down with the board. Here come the Warriors. Attack to the lane, a little contact, but no call. Willett looked like he got hammered.
Yeah, he did.
I would have given the same look, but a good job by Berger to pop the three over on the other side. So Jasper's getting right back into it.
Now they called them for not getting out of bounds on the baseline when they tried to take it out.
Oh, wow, okay.
But, yeah, this guy down here on this end down here, that was pretty brutal.
So 7-6, Jasper fell behind 7-0. 2 3-pointers get us right back into it as Goodhue one-on-one against Summers there. He's going to drive against him. Little spin move, kick over to Gus. Mid-range jumper on the way, and he pops it. So again, just the outstanding shooting by Gus all season continues. Jasper gets a lead now, 8-7. Summers up top. Berger's picking him up. Cross-court pass. Three-pointer on the way. Does not go, so that's twice he's put that up. But now Ringo's going to get the board. Little fadeaway drop shot there.
We got to do a lot better job on the board, and that's one thing against when you play a zone defense. Your block out is tough because you're not with your man that you're trying to block out. You got to find a guy that's relatively close to you or in your area to block out. And that's what happened down here on that previous trip.
Summers misses there, and coming over the top is Trey Ringo, so he's going to get called for the personal foul. Second foul on Harrison. We got some substitutions for the Cats. Connor Foley, who's been starting, coming off the bench tonight, and then you got Isaac Heim coming in as well. Harrison leads 9-8 with 3:06 to go here in the first quarter. 2 fouls have been called on the Warriors. So Cats, once they got settled in, doing a pretty good job against that press now. And Heim just can't get the friendly roll there. Long court pass down. Hooks making a move. Willett's going to be called for the travel there. So again, quick feet. They don't allow it with this crew.
They don't. They pay very close attention to that. You know, we learned that last night, and from so far in this game, it looks like it's pretty well the same way.
Guess we got to wait and see if they allow jump stops or Euro steps as well, too.
Yeah.
There's a jump stop. They let that go.
Another turnover that, you know, what'd you say we had last night?
We had 20. So 3 out of the last 4 games we've had 20 or more turnovers.
That's definitely, you know, something that we've got to get better at.
Willett can't get that 3 to go, but Connor comes down with the board, and he throws it right back to Willett. And Will with a quick move doesn't go. And Connor gets another rebound.
Yeah, he's padding his rebound stats,
That's
I guess.
exactly right. All right, so Heim can't do nothing. Now Willett with quick hands there, steals it from Day. Nice feed down. And quick up with the shot, does not go for Hooks.
These guys just let them play.
Oh, I know. They did it last night early on. Now there's going to be a foul on Summers. So the fouls have been called on Harrison. So they got 3 fouls. Jasper is yet to be called for one. Probably a couple questionable fouls that could have been called so far in this game. One for sure on Willett that we saw a little bit ago. All right, so Spencer Englert comes in for the first time tonight.
Coach Gable's still upset with it. It's the same official that was there last night.
Right.
That he was displeased with a couple calls that he made right there in a row.
Yeah.
And he's after him again tonight already for that missed call down here.
Berger tacks to the lane but can't get the shot to go. Summers comes down with it. Minute 32 to go. Harrison with a 1-point lead.
I think by playing this zone, they're looking to try to take some of Ringo out of the offense, because I think, you know, part of it may be that we didn't feel like we had anybody that could guard him, you know, one-on-one.
Right.
So by playing this zone, it kind of helps with that.
Takes that away a little bit.
Yeah.
He's going to go to the line to shoot here as Connor picks up his first personal foul. Ringo's going to be short on that one. We got our first substitution for the Warriors coming in as Suggs, number 12. So minute 12, 9-8. Harrison with the lead. And Terrence hits that one.
They've only got 2 seniors on their roster, don't they? Yep.
Yep.
Ringo and Brown.
Nate Brown. All right, we're at a minute to go here in the first quarter. 10-8. Harrison with the lead as Spencer makes a move there and cuts or passes it off to Heim. Berger calls for the screen. Now drops it down into, so yeah, it's going to be a foul down low. I think they're going to whistle.
It got lucky there because about the time they made the steal, they called the foul on the guy that was guarding him from behind.
Right. Yeah, they called that on number 20, Terriante Hooks. So 48.1, Harrison with a 2-point lead. Dangerous pass out there, but Ernie's able to retrieve. Ringo's on Isaac. Now he has to switch over to Connor Foley. Now Foley can't get that up. Nice job defensively there by number 44. So we're at 30 seconds to go. Harrison with it, 2-point lead. And Hooks doesn't hesitate.
He wasn't going to hold that for the last shot.
And look at that. Nice strong move to the bucket and another opportunity to line for Ringo. So Terrence Ringo, quiet early on in this basketball game. He's now got 5 points.
Again, a block out. You know, it's tough. You know, I mean, when you're playing that zone, you really got to concentrate on it.
All right, so Ringo looks good there. 6 points for him. He's got 6 of their 13. It's 13-8. 20 seconds to go here, first quarter. Warriors against the Wildcats. Beekler in the ball game up top. Ringo picks him up.
I'd say if the nice
Berger
shot.
from deep, twice he's hit it. So the offense for the Wildcats includes 3 3-pointers, and a last-second heave there does not go for Summers. But yeah, Harrison 13, Jasper 11. So we got a ball game early on here on 18 WJTS. Nice little inbound there from a little girl sitting in the front row there. Warriors with the basketball, 13-11. Just started the second quarter here. Jason Stamm, Craig Schneider bringing it to you with Jeremy Marcos on the video. So what do you think? Good idea with this zone?
Well, I think so far, outside of the missed blockout assignments, it hasn't hurt us.
I mean, Summers hit that first three, but other
than that, they haven't shot the ball that well from outside.
Yeah. And they don't shoot it a lot. I mean, Summers, I think, came in with just 10 three-pointers. He's shooting 25% from three. Berger gets that one back. He's hit 2 of them already. Now Terrence Ringo comes down with it.
Right now, we don't have an inside presence. All our big men are out. I mean, Isaac's our biggest guy out there.
It's going to change quickly, though.
Yeah, Gus looks like he's getting ready to come back in.
Ringo tries to make a move there, and now Hooks recovers the errant pass.
One thing about Harrison, though, I mean, they are patient with it, you know, but I mean, they just kind of pass it around the perimeter. They don't really have an inside. Outside of Ringo, he's the only one that stays inside. Everybody else is out beyond the three-point line. So
now you'll get guys attacking the rim there. I mean, it seems like that's kind of Willett's job. Now he's set up actually at the free throw line now.
So now they're starting to try to flash to that free throw line area.
Right.
Because the way they started out against it, I thought, man, they're going to kill us in this zone.
Well, there's that ugly shot. It goes in this time, though. So Hooks has got 5 points.
Not the way you teach them to shoot, but
16-11, and he's just a sophomore, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Summers had the angle but couldn't hang on. Good job actually by Beekler to kind of cut him off.
Yeah.
Otherwise he was gone.
Yeah.
All right, 16-11. Harrison with the lead. Jasper with the ball. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Mooney in the ball game. Drives to the lane. Beekler taking it right at Summers, but good help there by Hooks. Mooney left alone, doesn't go. Willett comes down.
See that? I was going to say, they've got him in there, but they don't get him the ball.
Right, this time they do. He actually has to get the rebound and put back up with the left hand. So.
See, that's what you can't, you know, you got him to take the first shot, but you got to stop it after that.
Right. Gus comes right back quickly for the Wildcats.
But that's what, you know, that's what we like to do is if the team scores, we like to get the ball down the floor before the defense gets down there to set it up or set up their defense. But we need to do a better job on the defensive end down here, keep them from scoring.
All right, so 18-13, Harrison with the lead. That's the thing, kind of getting used to playing Harrison a little bit deeper into the season. We used to open up with them every year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was always game number one.
Right. On a Tuesday night right before Thanksgiving. Gus can't get that one to go. Good rebound, though, by Beekler. Day, nice shot there. So Day's hit a couple already. So the three-pointers for the Wildcats, we've hit 4, and that makes it a 18-16 game with 4:27 to go.
Well, the three-pointers are definitely keeping us in the game.
Right. All right, so we got a timeout. The Harrison Warriors want to talk about it. That's Nathan Fleener. He's in his fifth season, actually, with this team. 55 and 52. So we'll take a break. Harrison 18, Jasper 16 on 18 WJTS. 18-16, Harrison over the Wildcats here, second quarter. Harrison's only gone 6 deep so far with their lineup. Ringo rises up after getting that pass. Now you got Hooks, so again, they're showing some patience again on this offensive set. Will
which
it?
is really kind of surprising for most Evansville teams. Don't,
As we saw with Bossy the other night.
yeah, they don't like to be real patient.
Right, they like getting up and down. All right, so Jasper has a chance to tie or take a lead with a 3, trailing by 2. So the fouls have slowed down for both teams, just 4 on Harrison, 2 on Jasper. Could have been a travel on that one. Now loses the handle, and Harrison comes up with it, gets it over to Willett, and he's got an easy left-handed layup. So first 2 for number 30, and it makes it a 4-point game. Harrison with the lead. Goodhue has to kick it back out. And they say he just threw it out, I guess.
Yeah, he just threw it out.
So Himes going to come in for him. He was a little out of control in those last 2 possessions.
I was just going to say, we're getting out of control, and we're trying to do too much.
Right.
You know, just slow down. Take what the game's giving you.
All right, 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Still a ball game, 2016. You know, and that's the other thing, too. Whenever you play against the zone here, there's always holes in the zone. You just have to find those. But, of course, a good jump shot helps all the time, too. So Summers hits one there. Now it's a 6-point lead. Gus misses to the right side on that 3. But, yeah, we'll see what they do on this. Yeah, okay, they're going to slow it down. But, yeah, a lot of times you can kind of come underneath the zone, don't you think, Jason, from the baseline?
Yeah, and that's what –
unless you're popping threes. Well, Suggs gets in on the fun. So they've hit 3 3-pointers. Now they lead by 9.
That just goes to show you how quick, you know, how we talk about basketball being a game of runs. He traveled. You know, and for some reason this year it seems like it's really been that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it goes in such big spurts. I mean, you know, just a minute ago, it was 18-16.
Yeah.
And now you look up, it's 25-16.
I know.
It's like, next thing you look up, it might be 25-24.
I agree. All right, well, we're going to take a break here. 25-16, 2:09 to go here on 18 WJTS. All right, Harrison with the basketball, up by 9, 25-16, coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Willett's going to bring it up. Suggs, who popped a 3 a little bit ago. Nice skip pass over to him, and they called a illegal screen or something there, didn't it?
14, I think. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I wasn't watching.
He called it right away and started heading up court. So
45, they called it on.
All right, so that's actually Joyner.
I don't see a 45. I don't either.
I mean, he's on the roster, but he's not on the floor. I think he meant 14. I don't know.
I thought I seen him do 14. But they got 45 on the board, so
all right.
That's obviously not right.
All right, so Harrison again with the basketball. Looking to get the double-digit lead if they can score on this possession. It'll be their first one of the night. 9-point, the biggest lead so far for the Warriors. Summers, shot fake, drives to the lane. A little long on that shot, and Gus battles for it. And they're going to say Jasper basketball. I mean, they had to say it went off the
I don't know how
there.
I don't know how, unless they said his feet came down before he threw it.
Yeah, and had his hand on it or something.
Yeah.
All right. Gus gets it over to Berger. Just get it across. There you go. Day could have been called for a travel there, but takes it to the lane and puts it up and in, so he'll have a 3-point opportunity. So Isaac's got 8, leading the Wildcats right now. So that helps a little bit there to make it a 7-point lead, possibly 6, as Beekler's going to check back in. Day 19 of 29 from the foul line coming into tonight. It's at a 66% clip, and he pops that one. All right, so Hooks comes back in. They're going to have Summer sit down for a little bit here. So their leading scorer is on the bench with a minute to go here, minute 10. 25-19, Harrison with the lead. It's down to 6. Ooh, actually, good job by Day as they try that skip pass across court to Willett. Knocks it away there.
Ringo's open inside, but they just they don't get him the ball.
Right.
I can't believe he doesn't get frustrated with it, but
you know, with
see
this
right there, they're not very good at feeding the ball inside against the zone.
Yeah.
I mean, they move the ball well.
Three-pointer from the corner. He's hit another one. So Hooks, 2 3-pointers in this quarter. He's got 8 points.
They move the ball well on the perimeter, but they don't ever look to get the ball inside.
All right, we got a reach over here. That's going to go on Asher Horn, number 14. So
only the 6th foul, so
11.6 to go.
No shots yet.
No.
Jasper's only got 2 fouls in the first half.
Right. Harrison with a 9-point lead, 28-19. Beekler hands back to Ernie. Now he'll drive. He's got a shot, and he gets it up and in. So good play there for the Cats. 4 seconds. Willett's going to hustle. Oh, and good job by Berger to steal that. And the heave doesn't go. He was looking for Hooks over there on the left wing.
Yeah, he should have shot it himself.
All right, 28-21, Jason. So, I mean, obviously the Wildcats trying something different. Pretty well going with the zone for the most of the half there.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, I think, you know, whatever the reason is that Coach Gable wanted to try that tonight, you know, I mean, you're holding the team to 28 points, which, you know, is a pretty good half.
Yeah.
You know, and out of those 28, I'm guessing 6 to 8 of them probably are second chance points, you know, that, you know, if you block out that they don't get. So, you know, I think overall I would be fairly pleased with the defensive end.
Right.
You know, on offense, I think, again, it's probably a few too many turnovers. You know, I don't know how many we've got, but we just got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. You know, it's starting to be like a broken record this year.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. And anytime you're struggling in a season like we are this year, you know, everybody always looks for reasons why. Why are you struggling? What are you doing wrong? You know, and I think this year probably the biggest thing is turnovers.
Right.
You know, it's not, you know, shooting or anything like that. I mean, I think we're shooting the ball fairly well tonight. I mean, you know, there for a while we were on fire with the threes.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, from that standpoint, we're doing okay. But, you know, it's the turnovers and well, last night the missed free throws that are killing us. So.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here. Jasper trailing by 7, 28-21. It's time for popcorn for Jason and I here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats trailing the Harrison Warriors here at halftime, getting ready to start the second half. Quick rundown of the scoring for Harrison. 6 players have played, 6 players have scored. 8 points for Asher Horn, 8 points for Terrence Ringo, 7 points for Terriante Hooks, Johnny Summers. I'm sorry, 7 points for, I think I threw this off here. Okay, excuse me. Hooks has 8, Summers has 7, Willett has 2, and Ringo has 8. Suggs has 3. Horn has not scored. My bad. There we go. All right, so that is their 28 points. The Wildcats are led by Day with 9, 6 for Berger, 4 for Gus Heichelbeck, and 2 for Tanner Ernie.
Jasper's back with their starting lineup. I think both teams are.
Right.
So.
All right, so Harrison picking up the defensive pressure to start things off. Ernie, kick out, 3-pointer. He's hit 2 of them, make it 3 now. Day with 12 points.
He's shooting the ball well tonight, there's no doubt.
28-24. Now Hooks is going to pop one. So
is he, though.
Absolutely.
It's about 3 for him, I think.
Yes. So he's got 11. So the sophomore leads the Warriors in scoring. Gus gets that block by Ringo. Willett Left-handed shot way short. Ringo gets the board, though. Good position on that rebound, and they call him for a travel.
Well, I don't know. These guys in their travels just...
Well, they traveled to get here, so.
Well, I guess that's true.
31-24. Yeah, this crew, you mentioned they're from Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I believe so. They come down every year. I think they're here. They like to make it a kind of a weekend
long
trap
weekend
thing. Yeah.
Gus pops his first three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 7.
Yeah, I think his man fell down there that was guarding him, left him wide open, and did a good job hitting it.
Cats stand at 2-3. Summers going to launch a long one, misses. Rebound comes down to Heichelbeck.
I don't know why we threw that to Goodhue, but
Goodhue's going to try a 3. He's short. Ringo comes down. 4-point ball game, 31-27. 2 minutes into it here in the third quarter. Warriors against the Wildcats, which is now again a conference ball game for these two teams. Been playing each other for years.
yeah, and you know, I don't think we even need to have the pairing show for the sectional draw because I think the last, I know at least 3 years, I think we've drawn Harrison on Tuesday night. So
that's true. All right, so ball gets knocked away there, but Summers with a nice jumper. He's got 9. 33-27, 5:29 to go. Neither team has been called for a foul yet. As you mentioned, Jasper just had 2 in the first half.
Yeah, so nobody should be in foul trouble.
Right.
We ought to be able to be pretty aggressive on the defensive end in the second half.
Gus trying to get position. Now they move it over to the other side. Days one-on-one against Horn. Goodhue in the corner. That pass just, angle was not there. Now just a foul right there. It was a little collision. Yeah. So Day's going to pick up this foul.
That's just one of those turnovers there, you know, as a coach, you know, it's just got to make you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah. I mean, I know you want to feed the post, but you don't want to force the post.
Yeah, but don't feed it when it, I mean, there was a guy behind him and a guy right in front of him.
Well, Hooks is going to launch it, no doubt, and he misses that one, but good rebound right over the top of Gus is Ringo.
Ringo's long, you know,
He is.
I mean, he's got some good size, but he's got long arms, and even if you get him blocked out, where, you know, he was not blocked out real well there, but a little bit, but, you know, he can create havoc with that.
And Ringo's 6'7". He looks like I mean, I don't know what his next level prospects are, but he looks like a type of player that you can maybe work with and develop.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Just with his size, you know.
Yeah, if he's got any ambitions or anything to play at the next level.
Yeah.
But at 6'7", you know, that's a, you know, I wouldn't say he could play guard, but, you know, he could be a small forward,
right,
you know, at a D3 or, you know, at least junior college.
Yeah, right. All right, so Summers pops that free throw. 10 points for him.
Foley's checking in for Goodhue. Looks like Carter Mundy's getting ready to come in for Ernie. Nope.
Dave. All right, so Summers hits this one. That gives him a 10-point lead. And he does. So Summers starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 4 points here. First half, and then now we throw the ball away. Yeah.
I think they said he stepped out of bounds, so we got fortunate, got lucky there.
Right.
But we got to go meet the ball. I don't know who that was that Gus threw that to a while ago, but we didn't go to meet the ball. We let the ball come to them, and they were just quicker to the basketball. When you play a team that's quick, which Harrison is, you've got to go meet every pass. You can't wait for that pass to get to you. You see, just like right there, I mean, Gus did a good job of shot faking, but he shot faked and still the defender got down and got right back up.
Right.
So, you think you've got a clear shot, a clear path to the basket, and then it closes pretty quick.
Right. There's a Harrison slowing down the pace a little bit as far as their patience on this possession.
I mean, out of anything, if I would have to say that as I get ready to say it, but their patience has probably been the biggest surprise to me.
Right.
Because I just, you don't envision that out of an Evansville school.
Right. Yeah, they're just a little bit faster pace usually.
Yeah, they like to get up and down the floor.
All right, so Berger dribbles to the key, gives it up. Now it's up top to Ernie. 2:33 on the clock. 10-point lead for the Warriors and another turnover. All right, so now you're starting to kind of get in a situation where they're starting to kind of bicker at each other. You can see Berger and Connor there.
Yeah, one was blaming the other. I don't know whose fault it was, but either or, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But, yeah, you're exactly right. They're kind of, and that you don't want that. You don't want team dissension. You win as a team and you lose as a team. It's not one guy's fault or the other's. You've got to somehow you got to figure it out.
Ringo quick to the basket and a foul. So he puts another one in, makes it a 12-point game, 39-27. So Ringo.
He did a good job of getting the ball at the high post there at the free throw line, the elbow, and just turned and went to the basket.
Yeah.
And against the zone, a lot of times you can do that because you don't necessarily have a particular guy guarding you when you catch that ball.
Yeah. So Foley's going to sit down. So Ringo has been to the line 3 times tonight. Had a 3-point play in the first quarter, looking for another one here.
Now in the second half, it's kind of the
So we got another
lane violation.
So scratch that one.
But I don't know what I was going to say now.
All right, so quick hands over there by Horn, knocks it away, but
I don't know whose ball it is because he pointed both directions. White ball.
Okay.
He pointed that way and then he pointed that way, so I don't know who's flip a coin, I guess. Coach Gable wants a timeout. After we get things sorted out here, I think.
Absolutely. Down by 12, 39-27 with 2:06 to go here on 18 WJTS. Cats with the basketball after the timeout. Craig Schneider, Jason Stamm, who's now on his 3rd box of popcorn, and Jeremy Marcos on the video tonight.
And 2nd Diet Mountain Dew.
Cats looking to trim into this double-digit lead. Quick hands there.
Quick hands, just took that right away from him.
Look at the jam over here by Summers. Little showtime for him. Now Harris, you got to be careful that they don't run away with it. Up by 14 now. Turnovers again, just the issue for this team.
Yeah, every turnover you don't have the opportunity to even get the shot off.
Right. All right, so we got a foul down low.
I don't understand that. I mean, I think it was probably a good call, but the official that was 3 feet from the play didn't call it, and the one out at half court did.
She did.
Like I said, I think it was probably the right call, but it's like, what's this guy watching?
Right. Ernie backs up.
See, they're
Ringo
just
extended out.
That was. Oh, he stepped out.
He did.
Yeah, he did. But they're switching screens. Ernie and Heichelbeck set that screen, and that's why Heichelbeck had the mismatch down here. But they're active. They're active with their hands. They're active with their arms. Here comes another dunk.
Oh, man, look out. One-hand jam this time. So Harrison's starting to run away with it now. Got to be careful. It's now 6 teams.
Somebody needs to take control of this and calm them down.
Day looking for a three. He's hit him tonight, but not that one. We got 50 seconds to go here in the third. 43-27.
Oh,
good job defensively there by Ernie. Mundi gets hooked.
that's probably a good foul on their part because we had 3-on-1 or 3-on-none once the ball got past Mundi and kind of stopped that. But
and again, the fouls have not been called.
Yeah, that's Harrison's first.
Right.
Or second.
So 3 on the Wildcats, 2 on the Warriors. Subs coming in. Foley back in. Berger back in. All right, somebody's got to take this inbound. Now, Day's got it. He's going to dribble out. 26 seconds. Mundi.
Somebody's open. They got a double team on him.
Berger's got the shot, but short.
He didn't have his feet set.
Yeah. All right, so Willett's going to have a chance. Ball gets knocked away. We got 3 seconds. And just launched at the last second. That's Horn at the horn. 43-27. Harrison starting to pull away from the Wildcats here in this third quarter.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to try to explain other than, we just got to keep plugging away and we got to tighten the reins up a little bit, with our turnovers.
All right, we'll take a break. 43-27 here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here. Jason, kind of give us another update on the registration for Jasper Youth Baseball.
Yeah, again, like we talked a little bit on the other game, this year is a little bit different because we're not having the open registration. Anybody that may be watching this tomorrow, if you have any questions or anything, the registration form should have been sent home from school with your kids. If not, they can email me and I'll be glad to send an email back to them with the registration form attached. That email address is jasperyouthbaseball85@gmail.com. And it's also on our website. It's on Facebook. Walt at WBDC or at WITZ and Kurt Gooksell at WBDC they've been putting it on the radio a little bit.
Okay.
Also sent it into the Herald, so hopefully the Herald will run something. But again, if anybody has any questions on any of it, they can feel free to email me, and I'll be glad to help them out with it.
Okay, perfect. It's just coming up sooner than later.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully we'll get back and have a normal season this year. I know that's a lot of people have been asking that question, and I said, well, as of right now, Little League's telling us to proceed with it, like we are, like it's going to be a normal year.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's the way we're going to go about it for now.
Got it. All right, so Suggs is at the line. He missed that first one. The foul was called on Mundi. And good on the second one. All right, 44-27, 17-point lead now. Feed into Foley. Shot fake, and Ringo has just really kind of been a force down there defensively, but then he walks a little careless with the basketball after he got that rebound.
No, I thought he maybe hurt his ankle or something because he kind of hopped after he got the rebound, and it was like he was turned an ankle or something, but I don't think he did. Oh.
Get it over to Willett after the steal. Now it's back over to Sumner, and he jams it two-handed. So 3 acrobatic dunks by Johnny Summers. And Harrison now leads by 19, and John Gable has just got to really get things settled down here, because otherwise we're looking at a blowout if this continues. So 7:03 to go, 46-27, Jasper down to the Warriors here on 18 WJTS. Cats with the basketball. Again, the turnover is just the issue again here in the second half. Cats have scored just 6 points in 9 minutes of basketball. And that is a goaltend, so make it 8 now. So they having a decent night, though, tonight. Scoring-wise, he's got 14.
Yeah, he shot the ball well there. in the first half. Hit a couple threes, and again there, you know, he's aggressive. He's going to the basket.
All right, sorry. Ernie comes back in the ball game for Jasper.
I think we may have to try to trap out of this defense or something here. Yeah, there it is.
Get it into Ringo.
But when you do that, it's going to open up a lot of outside possibilities.
That three-pointer doesn't go for Hooks, but a good rebound there by Suggs to put it back up. Can't get it. Goodhue comes down with it. Day tags. There's a bump. Why was that not called?
Well, that's one of them, you know.
Look at that play by Hooks. Goes behind his back and puts it up on the other side. So the sophomore having a basketball game tonight. He's got 13.
Well, one thing you got to remember too, Craig, is, you know, when things are going well, like they are for Harrison tonight, you know, things like that happen. You know, you play loose, free, and easy, you know, and you're not scared to make a mistake because it's not compounded. You know, if, in a 2 or a 4 point game, you do something like that and you lose the ball, then it looks a lot worse. Here, if you got a 20-point lead and you make a silly mistake, it's not as big a deal.
Drive there, trying to feed it into Ringo, and it gets knocked out of bounds, so Harrison will hang on to it. Heim's going to come in. Foley's going to sit down. And Foley is just not –
he's not
kind of been non-existent tonight for the most part. No stats as far as scoring.
No, he's not into the game tonight like he has been, you know, a couple other games here lately.
Right. I mean, he has worked his average up to 9.3 points per ball game, but scoreless tonight off the bench. 48-31. Harrison with the lead. 5:18 to go here in the ball game. But what are your thoughts on Harrison's offense?
Well, you know, like we said, they're surprisingly patient with passing the ball around. But see right there, he's wide open. Yeah,
Ringo.
Yeah.
Now you drop it down. That's a good
play.
That's
a nice play. It's a nice cut. Ringo did a nice job of flashing to the open spot.
Yeah.
You know, if we're gonna play this defense, you know, we've got to get better at it.
Right.
You know, and it's the first time that we've played it for an extended period.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you know, it might be there's a nice shot behind, but you know, it could be something that by the time the sectional comes around, you know, maybe we're a little bit better at playing this against them, and then, you know, it could be a whole different ball game.
It's actually the first 2 points off the bench for the Wildcats. Jumper by Heim.
See, they got lazy with that.
Day's going to go.
That's a jump ball.
And that is nice defense. He got his hand right on it. Hook's making the play there. Willett checks back in for Harrison as Moondy comes in. Now you got actually Coach John Gable for the last 4 minutes of the quarter is going to go to his bench. So Engler's going to check in. He's got William Schmidt set to check in.
Schmidt's in, Wallace is in.
Right.
Engler's in, Mundy's in, and Heim's in.
All right, so call it a night for the Wildcats starters.
Yep.
Trailing by 17.
Now we're going to play man-to-man, looks like. Yeah.
We'll just see if Harrison continues on with the onslaught, or are they just going to close it out. But no, Summers ain't going to hesitate, and he makes a nice play there, hits the shot.
I can see where he's their leading scorer. I mean, he's got the ball in his hands a lot, and he's aggressive, you know, with shooting the ball and also going to the rim. So I think that, you know, that all can lead to being the leading scorer for the team.
He's got 19.
He's athletic, you know. I mean, he runs the floor well, so that all leads to potential being a leading scorer.
All right, so a three-point play there. He's 3 for 3 from the line as well, so he's having a big night, 20 points. And it's a 20-point lead now for the Warriors. Harrison pretty well just playing a straight up right now. Nice shot in the lane there by Moondy. And, you know, that's the thing. Moondy's been an outstanding three-point shooter all year, but shows right there that he's got a little mid-range.
Yeah.
53-35. Good steal there by Moondy, and it gets kicked out of bounds. That should be Jasper basketball.
I don't know. I couldn't tell whose foot it went off of.
It looked like it went off Summers.
But the only reason I say that is because Summers was running this towards us, and the ball went the other way.
Right.
And that would have been my only indication. And, again, that's just pure guess.
Yeah.
And I think the referees might have guessed, too.
Harrison starting to work their bench in a little bit here. Zach Ray, number 50, just checked in.
They've got a 6'11" kid over there on the bench. I watched him play in the JV game a little bit. He hit a three-pointer in that game.
Another turnover. Spencer trying to feed over to Heim there. All right, 3 minutes to go, 53-35. Drive to the lane there by Horn.
Charge, yeah.
And an offensive foul.
I don't think Coach Gable was real pleased with the fact that when he took his starters out that Harrison didn't either.
Right.
You know, and that's something that, you know, as a coach, you file that away in the back of your head, and, you know, come down the road sometime, you know, you'll remember it.
Yeah, it's usually a gentleman's agreement for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not to say you're giving up, but I mean you're giving some other guys the opportunity to play.
Right.
So why don't you? You know, it's that type of thing.
All right, so a three-pointer is going to be launched there by Clemens, who's checked into the ball game. Number 10. William Schmidt, short on his shot. 2 minutes to go, 2:10. 18-point lead for the Warriors as we try to close out this game between these two Southern Indiana Athletic Conference opponents. Harrison will be even in the record, 2-2 on the season. Good job by Ingler to steal that. Gets it over to Schmidt. Schmidt drives down, stops, pops, puts it up and in.
It's nice to see William score a bucket.
Right.
You know, those guys, you know, they're there every day at practice. They're working their butts off and you know, working just as hard as the other guys. Yeah, the referee just called the substitution timeout, basically.
Right.
I
guess you can do that.
Yeah, I guess you're in charge. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, a couple more guys get in for the Warriors. Number 34 is Durden.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Hayden Roach, the 6'11".
Yeah.
Junior's in the ball game. Number 52.
He was the one I was talking about that shot the three in the JV game. You don't come across too many 6'11" kids in high school.
No, usually not anymore, especially locally.
What'd they call fouling somebody there? William Schmidt.
Speaking of 7-footers, tall guys like that, do you remember Emir Turam for the Evansville Aces back in the day?
That's one name I don't remember.
Emir Turam.
I remember.
Think of Evansville big man. That three-pointer doesn't go. They were all fired up to see round sheet one.
Their bench must not score much either because their bench was all excited.
Engler with a nice drive there for the Wildcats. So the second unit's starting to score a little bit here, 53-39. Inside a minute. Yeah, they're cheering them on. They want Brown to shoot it again. Nate Brown, senior on this basketball team.
Oh, that's what it is. He's a senior, so they're
5'8". He'll shake and bake against William. Can't get it to go. Heim comes down with it.
He's going to do everything he can to try to score.
Mooney drops back for a three-pointer, doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Wallace gets a chance.
Back up, Wally.
And just misses. Cats retrieve it, though. 22 seconds. Schmidt, he'll stop. Pop misses there, and Heim gets the shot up and misses. All right, so we're going to close out. 12 seconds. Durden with the basketball. He'll dribble out, and Harrison will win this basketball game 53-39 over the Wildcats. So, again, Harrison's always a tough opponent. A good, I feel like a pretty disciplined basketball team. And, they're trying to make their way through the conference. They're now 7-6 on the season, 2-2 in the conference. And Coach Gable and Fleener out there patting each other on the behind.
Yeah, I don't think they held too much against each other.
No, he was just kind of, and the thing is you get caught up in coaching.
You do.
You know what I mean? He's trying to improve every second of the game.
Coach Gable's obviously frustrated with the way the season's going, the way tonight went,
right.
And sometimes you just, things happen.
Right.
And you don't hold it against anybody. But back to the game at hand tonight, it's really getting monotonous as to, keep talking about the same things over and over and over. And, obviously the number one theme for everything has been the turnovers.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we had. I'll try to sneak a peek at Coach Gobert's stats here in a minute to see. But, again, it's the same thing night after night. And again, we talked about this last Saturday night at Washington. As a coaching staff, I think you'd like to come home and you'd just like to run them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the way the schedule's made out, you can't. You don't have time. You don't have that 3 or 4 days of practice time in there where you can just take one day to just get after them.
Right. Right.
Leave the balls in the closet and we're just going to run today, boys.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get through your head one way or another. But
right.
You can't do that because here it is. It's Saturday night. Tomorrow you can't do anything on Sunday. Monday you got to come out and you got to prepare for Evansville Central. Is that correct?
Yeah. Central coming up on Tuesday.
Tuesday night at Evansville Central.
We're back to Tuesday, Friday, Saturday again.
And next week they're all on the road, I believe.
With the exception of New Albany's home.
New Albany's at home.
Yeah, so and the other one's at Du Bois, so not much of a road trip.
No, but so you got what? You got Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday to practice next week, and that's it. So, it's hard to correct mistakes. It's hard to correct anything, when you don't have the opportunity to do it in practice. And that's where you correct those things. That's where you get better. So it's making it tough, but there's no excuses. You can't sit here and whine and cry about it because everybody has that type of schedule.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to right the ship. Whatever it is.
Honestly, in a game like tonight, there's no question Harrison was the better basketball team. If you go man for man and everything, I think you can honestly say that, But from that standpoint, though, at one point, remember when it was a 2-point game, it was 18-16 there, and the Cats are making a little bit of a run, but then all of a sudden, boom, next thing you know, it's 25.
Yeah, they're an explosive group. There's no doubt that, they, like you said, it was 18-16, and then bam, just like that, it was 25-16.
Yeah.
And
we just didn't recover after that.
We didn't. You're exactly right. And
well, I guess that's just just kind of how the season goes in a season like this. We're just not used to it.
No, you're not. We're not. And it's. Obviously it's a weird season for not only what we're doing on the court, but in a lot of aspects, you know, no fans and a lot of that stuff. But,
Right.
It doesn't make it any easier for the coaching staff, I guarantee you, or the players. I mean, you know, we talk about the coaching staff and how they feel and how they, you know, handle this, but, you know, it's the same way with the players. I mean, those players they're out there. They don't want to go out there and lose by
No, nobody does.
like they have this whole season, and
Right.
and you know, it's just a matter of trying to figure something out. You know, what can they do to change the way things are going? You know, it's not a magic potion that's in a bottle that, you know, Coach Gable can give to them this week and say, okay, here, this is what we need.
Yeah.
Now everything's going to be okay.
Right.
So, well, here comes the coaches already. So,
All right. Well, we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll talk to either Coach John Gable or Caleb Bakley, one or the other. 53-39, Harrison over the Wildcats on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here, and we have Coach John Gable. And, Coach, it's just, you know, kind of a frustrating stretch we're going through right now, and it's understandable that, you know, again, you're doing everything you possibly can to motivate this team and get them going and all that. But, you know, Harrison, good basketball team. But, you know, we were right there at what Jason and I were just talking a second ago. It was 18-16 at one point, and it looked like we were getting right back into it. Next thing you know, they extended to 25-16, and it was tough to recover from there.
I think with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, it was 31-27. I think Gus Heidelbeck hit a three, and so we're halfway through the third quarter. We've got it to 4. We've got a little bit of momentum, and they went on a 15-0 run. We called a couple timeouts in there, and you know, if you remember back to the beginning of the year when we talked, Craig, we said that this could be a team that wins 15 games or loses 15 games. There's going to be a lot of good teams on our schedule, a lot of close ball games, and we were going to have to fight like heck to come over out on top of some of those. And unfortunately, along the way, we've lost 2 games in overtime. We lost to Evansville North down the stretch with chances to win it down the stretch. Actually, there's only going into tonight, Evansville Bossy and Heritage Hills were the only 2 games that we were out of in the last couple of minutes.
Right.
So we haven't found a way to win those close games. Our record has then become lopsided, and our confidence now has gone with it. And so, you know, we're not used to being in this situation, and that's a compliment to our program. But, you know, one of the problems with that is now we don't know how to get ourselves out of it. Our body language tonight, we got down 7-0 early, and you just look down the bench, and kids had their heads down, and they were going, oh, here we go again.
Right.
And, you know, to our credit, we called timeout, and we all of a sudden we're up 8-7. We started playing a little bit. And, but, you know, not to take anything away from Harrison, they're awfully good. They just beat Memorial last night by 16. They shot the ball better tonight than they have all year. They're not, and that's why we zoned them, because they're hitting like 2 or 3 threes a game.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they hit tonight. Was it 8? 7 or 8?
Total.
They had 4 in the first half.
Right.
So they shot the ball better tonight, which played against us because we don't match up very well with them man-to-man. So we did a really poor job tonight of scoring inside, and they have something to do with that with their length and athleticism. We did a poor job of getting to the foul line, which is our fault because we don't force the issue. And, you know, which may be a good thing, the way we've been shooting free throws lately as of last night. And I think that was a tough thing last night. We lost in overtime, or double overtime at Forest Park, and that took a lot of wind out of our sails. And, you look at that game, and we had 20 turnovers. Again, Forest Park never even pressed us, and we were 11 for 25 from the free throw line last night, and we lost by 3 in double overtime. So that was a demoralizing loss, but it also took a lot of gas away from us. And to come here tonight and play Harrison was a tough task. And, you know, I can't say that I'm completely surprised that we lost the game, because they are really good, but I'm just surprised how we I don't want to say quit, but how we just fell apart.
Right.
I mean, we were calling out underplays, and we had guys looking at each other confused.
Right.
I mean, we've been practicing those since day one.
Right.
And we call an out underplay, and we've got guys walking around looking at each other, not knowing where to go. We've just lost focus, we've lost energy, and we've lost complete confidence. And you know, if I knew exactly how to get it back, I'd wave the magic wand or say the right words and do it. But the only thing I know to do is to come back Monday and keep working.
That's all you can do.
And I know the kids are hurting too. I know they're not wanting to lose basketball games, and I'm not pointing the finger directly at them. As a matter of fact, the buck stops with me. I'm the head coach. It's my job to get this thing figured out, and but I'm going to need their help, obviously, and I'm going to need the help from seniors and some leadership, and some things we're just not getting right now. So the biggest thing right now, Craig, and I hate to keep rumbling on, is in the last 5 games, we're somewhere in the area of 98 turnovers in 5 games.
I know.
We've had about.
Do we have Coach Gower over there had 21 turnovers. I don't know if that was the number.
3 out of the last 4 games, we've been over 20 turnovers, and actually 4 out of the last 5 games, we've been 20-plus turnovers, and it's something that, over the last 6 years, we've won at least 15 games a season over a 6-year stretch, and those teams were averaging between 10 and 12 turnovers a game.
Yeah.
And we actually had games along the way where we'd have 4 and 5 turnovers last year in the whole game, and we were able to win close games. And you cannot win. I mean, we had assists for Harrison. They had 3 dunks tonight. They were all off of steals. And they had at least 14 points off of steals, and I don't know how many, probably about the same amount off second chance buckets. Yeah. So when you're giving up 30 points in turnovers and second chances, and you're turning the ball over 20 times, you're done. You don't have a chance.
Well, in a turnover, I mean, it's a wasted possession for one thing.
Right.
But it's also a great scoring opportunity because, again, your defense can't get back. A scoring opportunity for the opposing team.
A traveler or something, at least you can go back and play defense. But a live ball turnover gets you, especially against a team like Harrison, because they're off to the races and they have numbers and they're going to attack, and you're in a lot of trouble. So it's just, as a coach, right now I'm wondering, because once again, it's new for me. 19 years of coaching, I've never had a team this careless with the ball. So so what do? Do you quit talking about it, maybe to go away, or because we talk about it constantly and it's on their minds, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to make them understand that you have to value our possession. Like you said, if you turn the ball over, you have 0% chance to score. So last night against Forest Park, for example, we had 20 turnovers. Cut it in half to 10 where it should be. Yeah. We can accept 10 turnovers for the game. That's 10 more shots that we got. And if you only hit 40% from the field, that's, if they're 2-point shots even, that's 8 points. Right. And you lost by 3. Yeah. So the turnovers kill us. To go along with the free throws. And that was a compliment to our team too. We're clearly got some talent, because if you turn the ball over 20 times and miss 14 points at the foul line and still have a chance to win, you're doing something right. But we can't get out of our own way, and it's frustrating.
And I hate to keep going back to the night before, but we shot the ball pretty well last night.
Right, and that wasn't the issue. The issue was just.
But it was just by turnovers, we didn't get those shots that were going in.
We should have had some more opportunities to shoot the ball because we were shooting well, and some of those turnovers ended up being easy buckets for them. And so it's a double-edged sword. Right. And I've going through you get a lot of emotions going with this. I've gone from understanding because of the COVID and because of the layoffs and the quarantines and the tough schedule we played and the young kids that we're putting on the floor. I've gone through that, and then I've gone to angry, where I spent an entire game against Corden Central last week. We got a win, and I spent the entire game complaining and pushing and getting after them. And I don't like to live that way. Yeah. I like to save that for the locker room. I like to instruct on the floor and guide. I don't like to be the guy putting a boot up their butt. I don't want to act like that in a game, especially in a closed gym. But so I've gone through that, and now I'm back to I don't know how to feel. I don't know what the next. I don't know how to push their buttons. Like I said, the only thing I know to do is to come in Monday and continue to practice and work. And that therein lies another problem. We're playing an NBA schedule. Oh, boy. We're playing Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So Monday's a pregame. Thursday's a pregame. Wednesday, you're dead tired because you just played Friday, Saturday, Tuesday. Yeah. And there's just no time to regroup and to retool and to rest your legs and rest your body. It'd be nice to take a day and just go home after school and say, let's rest your body and your brain for one night, and let's come back in and recharge the next day. Right. We do that occasionally, but there's no opportunity right now from here to the end of the year.
Well, and I asked this question to Coach Albrand last night. It's like, we just don't get those opportunities to work and help improve a basketball team. If you had that full week, what would you do?
We'd take Monday off, first of all. If we had a stretch where we didn't have to play till Saturday, I would say that. I'd say go home Monday. Go do your homework. Eat, go to bed early, watch television, get away, and then Tuesday we would start with maybe some physical toughness drills, blockout drills, defensive drills, getting loose ball drills, talking and communicating, and active hands and feet, and just get after it. And the reason it's difficult to do that Monday is because we have to turn around and play Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
And
You
we've
have
got
your
some
legs for
guys
the
who
ball
just right now we're just dead tired, and combined with that, we have no confidence.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm going to have to do the very best I can to stay positive and remind myself that, you know, even on top of everything we've talked about, it's just it's a strange year for these kids, and emotionally, I think they're not doing they're handling it the best they can.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything that went on in the world with all the political tensions and and all that going on in D.C. and then the COVID, and then they're coming in here and playing in front of 150 people. And,
Right.
you know, Friday night at versus Forest Park should have been homecoming, and there should have been 4,000 people here, and then they're missing out on all that, and they're it's just so many things to distract them from this game, and it's being distracted is something we don't have the talent to be able to afford to do.
Right.
So, and once again, I sound like I'm making excuses. And
No,
I'm
no,
not. But these are realities.
It's an explanation of what the situation is and what's going on. So there's.
But I also think, though, you know, the old cliche, you know, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. I think in the end, this is going to help this team bond.
Right.
But it's painful to go through.
It is.
And being 3-9 is not what we planned on doing.
Yeah.
And we have to find a way to stop the bleeding. And I think the guys are capable of doing that. And I'm going to keep pushing, and we're going to keep trying, and hopefully we can get this ship turned around.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate the effort, and, you know, again, we're all still cheering for this team, everybody that's here every night.
Right.
So,
Yep.
All right, we'll keep up the work, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. I
All right.
appreciate that.
Coach Don Gable, ladies and gentlemen. Harrison Warriors knocking off the Wildcats in a conference ball game tonight. And he got his foot caught in the cord there. We're good. All right. So a quick rundown of the scoring here. The Warriors defeating the Wildcats. They scored 53 points. And they were led by Johnny Summers, who really put on a show there in the second half, especially putting the ball through the hoop with the dunks. 20 points for him, 13 points for Hooks, not off the bench. He's a sophomore on this team, though, but he's got some skills out there, popping some shots. 12 points for Ringo, 2 points for Horn, 2 points for Willett, and 4 points off the bench for Suggs. For the Wildcats, they were led by Isaac Day, 14 points, the only player in double figures tonight. 7 points for Gus Heichelbeck, 6 points for Caleb Berger, and 4 points for Tanner Ernie. Off the bench, a little activity towards the end of the ball game there is Mundi, Englert, Heim, and William Schmidt got a bucket tonight. So 53-39, Harrison Warriors knock off the Wildcats. Cats back in action coming up on Tuesday. So, again, we've got that Tuesday, Friday, Saturday run again, and this just continues, and it's just not an easy task for these teams. But again, they're getting on the court and playing basketball, which you know, that's what everybody wants to happen here. So they'll play at Central Tuesday night, 8 o'clock start Eastern time on that ball game. So the Wildcats drop to 3-9 on the season, and the Warriors improve to 7-6. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcus on the video, my name's Craig Schneider. Thanks for watching Wildcat Basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.